just a time to say, you know, I really love you.
Bienvenue à ce magazine télévisé d'aujourd'hui. Je suis Valerio, c'est lui.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tele Image. Good evening to you, Valerio.
Good evening to you, Baba, and good evening to all the viewers, those of you watching all over the world on the internet. Welcome to this new edition of Tele Image. Today, Barbara, this show is very special.
Yes, indeed, Valerio. This is the interview that a lot of the viewers have been waiting for.
Indeed.
It is a very important interview because it deals primarily with domestic violence,
Domestic
Valerio.
violence is the topic, yes.
It is the topic. It is a serious topic. And we have been saying, stay tuned. This interview is going to be coming. And here it is today. We're going to start with the interview.
Very well.
You want to tell them a little bit?
Yeah, let's go and tell. Well, I think we should just go ahead in the interview and straight to the interview so they can see what they've been waiting for. The other side of the story. We've heard the story. You know the news. Legislator Carrier Solage is facing counts of domestic violence and also
child endangerment.
And the girlfriend, who is Madame Marie-Angéline Vincent, is the one that is actually accusing him of such a thing. Now, we interviewed her because, of course, we want to hear both sides of the stories.
Of course. We're
doing it the right way, Tele Image. We're not taking side, as some people know us for. We are very professional in what we do, and we decided to give Madame Vincent an interview to explain her side of the story.
Well, it's normal, Valerio, because I think I just want to say something very quickly.
Yeah.
I know that because we gave the interview, because I personally gave the interview, because that's going to be me and Angeline,
very well.
And of course Tele Image, you guys doing the camera and all that. People were reacting, you know, some people felt that, especially the legislator himself,
Definitely.
I guess he felt that we should not have given that interview.
Yes.
And then he came in on Facebook and said that, you know, we were paid by the other party, which is the Republicans Party. Now, we all know it's all lies, you know, and he knows that too.
Yes.
So we want to, it's very unfortunate because this was someone that we supported for many years, Valerio. Yes. Going back to 2009, we have supported the legislator Carrier Solage. And at that time, he was not even a legislator.
Yes, I remember.
He was actually, I believe, going for county clerk, which was my very first interview.
Yes,
we kind of introduced him to the community, the Haitian community.
Yes.
So he does have to remember that as well, too.
Yeah.
I think when you coming out and you are feeling, you know, terrible about what you've done, because, you know, what's going to happen in the interview, we're going to get to know the Carrier Solage that none of us knew. I personally never knew that individual. And I was very shocked. Not just surprised, I was very shocked by everything that happened. And also, you know, the person that I'm finding out, to me, that was a hypocritical person that was out there pretending to be the nice guy, according to my interview.
Definitely.
Now, I feel that, Valerio, that it's not the way to approach things. I mean,
I agree.
If you feel that somehow we give an interview to your ex-girlfriend, your ex-fiancé, whichever category we want to put Miss Angeline Vincent, now, what you do is you come out and you say, well, I want to give my side of the story as well.
And remember, I was the first one. He was approached by us the very first day of the breaking news. When the thing happened, he got arrested. I went to his office and I told him, listen, Tele Image is, of course, we've been supporting you, Mr. Solage, remember? Now we want you to tell the public what really happened. And he didn't want to, I understand. He said because of legalities, and we can understand that. But one thing I want to say about not to stay too long on this topic, because we have to give the interview.
Right, and it's a very long interview.
Very long interview. You're about 2 hours on interview.
Yeah, so we won't be able to give the whole interview today.
This is going to be part 1, part 2, and part 3 eventually.
Right.
I was saying, so Carrier Solage was in the defensive mode. He was reacting at the defensive, and he wanted to say something to maybe
not lie about it. You can't say things to defend yourself.
Indeed,
but lying, saying we're getting paid and that you have checks.
Let me finish with the point that I was making. Indeed, he did so. He lied. It's a lie. Point clear. But he felt that because we gave the interview and the people, the public, the viewers, everybody will see the real truth of the story, he had to say something to actually attack our credibility. Unfortunately, the news that we have from Mr. Solage, we've been there, we've done that. We've been there so long in this community, serving the community, doing good things for our people. and representing
including
the Haitian
good things
people.
for him.
Indeed. Yes, you can add that.
Of course.
So, unfortunately, you're now being portrayed as a liar. And I'm saying it to your face, Mr. Solage, you are a liar. And unfortunately, now you're going to face the reality of proving what you said. Because the accusations, we're not taking it lightly. And unfortunately, today I'm looking at you and I'm telling you in your face, you are a damn liar. And unfortunately, what you did by saying those lies is actually
unacceptable.
It's unacceptable.
It's clearly
and I'm very
unacceptable, Valerio.
Very
yes, we are very disappointed because that's not, as professionals, I believe that, we have to do what we do, which is giving an interview, which is nothing wrong with that. We are just
doing our job here.
Exactly. Giving an interview, it could have been anybody.
That's right.
Do you understand? And we volunteered to give him an interview as well.
Exactly.
So this, if we were just saying,
he refused.
Right,
So
if we were just saying, okay, we're giving one party an interview and not soliciting him to give an interview, then I would say, well, we're not being fair.
We're not fair, exactly.
Because truly, we're not giving him the chance to come out and give, his side of the story.
Exactly.
But that's not the case, Valerio.
That's right. We're going to go to the interview. Before we do so, now we want to speak to the Haitian viewers, the Haitian that are watching, that's been reacting also. Some of them have said that Carrier Solage is a Haitian American. He's ours. He's our champion. Indeed, we've said it too on the show. We've been supporting him. We still support Carrier Solage, the legislator. It has nothing to do with his career as a politician. Carrier Solage can go to the election and get re-elected. Fine.
That's
Good
right.
luck to him.
We're not after his job.
Exactly. That has
so
nothing to do
we
with
wish
that.
him luck. We wish him luck,
actually. But it has to do with the fact that something was done, and as a media, we got to give both sides of the story.
Like any other media, Valerio.
And also, let me proceed to say that Carrier Solage is Haitian American. Madame Vincent is also Haitian American.
Yes. So
she could have been your sister. She could have been a cousin, an aunt, your mom. Why not?
A friend.
A friend. And if that happened to her, if that happened to a family member of yours, how would you feel? Now, I think we should stop the talking here.
Yeah, because we could go on and on.
On and on, that's right.
So let's do that, Valerio. I think the only thing before we go, though, we want to tell Carrier, really, you need to pull back what you said. Because it all lies, and that's not going to go.
Well, he's known now to be a liar.
Further.
Let's put it like that. Now, here we go. Carrier Solage is going for the election in November. Next month is Domestic Violence Month. It's actually a month that people are going to be celebrating. We're going to cover many events about domestic violence, and Madame Vincent is willing also to come back and talk about domestic violence. It is an issue going on in our community, we should say, Baba.
Yes, Valerio.
That is very taboo. People don't talk about it. That's also what makes it very, very difficult to talk.
Definitely.
And, well, let's go to let's take a break first, and then the interview will launch. We'll start with you, Baba, introducing yourself, introducing the guest that you had, which is Madame Marie-Angéline Vincent, Carrier Solage girlfriend, whom he allegedly abused, and he had to go to jail for that. So, the break, and we'll be back with the interview. So, en pile nous qui tapent interview ça, here it is. Chita, mettez-nous devant l'écran télévision, nous-mêmes qui regardons sur Internet, branchez, interview li long, son interview manche long, nous avons une première partie de l'interview, and it's going to be the first part of the interview. Very interesting interview.
We'll be back.
Operator 901, where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushrooms.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency line.
Do you know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
La parfumerie de Barbara a exactement tout ce qu'il faut pour vous, mesdames, et vous aussi, messieurs, lorsqu'il s'agit de cadeaux et de senteurs exotiques de parfums en provenance de Paris et de la ville de Grasse. À la parfumerie de Barbara, vous trouverez des parfums de grand nom et de renommée internationale pour hommes, femmes et bébés. Oui, parfum pour bébé. Senti bon coûter cher, c'est vrai, mais avec la parfumerie de Barbara, senti bon au rabais. C'est comme ça, soit acheter un parfum, il aurait tiré $10 sous livre, soit acheter 2 parfums même, il aurait tiré $25. Dans la parfumerie de Barbara, on a besoin de meilleurs produits de beauté, parfums qui sortent directement dans le pays, la France. Déodorant, Obao, Prétil, Bourgeois, Fa, Rexona, Bien-être, Fenjal, poudre bourgeois même à gogo dans la parfumerie de Barbara. Crème pour le corps, Mixa, Belda, Monsavon, Bourgeois, gel de douche de grand nom s'il vous plaît. Visitez la parfumerie de Barbara au 1935 Grand Avenue dans Baldwin, Long Island ou bien appelez Barbara au 516 805 23 18 ou log on to www.laparfumeriedebarbara.com. Choose, click and buy. We ship all over the world. Free shipping soit acheté pour plus passer $150. Rappelez-vous, la parfumerie de Barbara est aussi la maison des cadeaux. Pour marquer d'une touche spéciale les moments qui n'arrivent qu'une seule fois dans votre vie, tels que votre mariage, la première communion de vos enfants, baptême, fiançailles, anniversaire, Sweet 16, vous avez certainement besoin de l'expertise des professionnels de Tele Image Production qui vous garantissent un service de première classe, avec une attention particulière et surtout un prix abordable. Tele Image Special Package pour seulement $2 999 pour les services de vidéographie, maître de cérémonie et DJ. Mes amis, Tele Image paraît avec un special package côté que tout le monde qui prend le marié est capable de save sous prix vidéographie, maître de cérémonie, DJ, photo avec limousine pour seulement $2 999 ou est capable de marier entre l'église, fait belle réception mariage sans problème. Tele Image Special Package pour seulement $2 999 pour vidéographie, maître de cérémonie et DJ. Relais Tele Image depuis Kouniana pour plus d'informations pour ne bénéficier de special package ça dans 516 805 54 10 516 868 35 30. Tele Image Special Package. Nassau County législateur Carrier Solage te répondre devant la justice face à notre tribunal ensemble avec nouveau avocat, M. Olivier Roche, pour te répondre à l'accusation de domestique violence que ancien ménager, Mme Angéline Vincent, te porté contre lui. Après que la police n'a pas appelé, t'es arrêté, menotté, mettez en bas code, jour 21 juin qui saute passé à là. C'est dans le building sans qui est dans le deuxième étage que avocat Mme Angéline Vincent t'a présenté par la justice deux l'autre évidence qui prouvait pour tout bon vrai que Carrier Solage t'a frappé, il t'a abusé Mme Vincent. Évidence, c'est deux vidéos sous téléphone que Mme Vincent a enregistrées jour soit incident. Dans la première vidéo, nous sommes capables d'entendre à clair voir Carrier Solage qui a fouillé, chercher dans le a demandé qui est-ce qui t'a serré ti marijuana.
Give it to me.
Dans la deuxième vidéo même, nous sommes capables d'entendre M. Carrier Solage qui a juré dit gros bêtises. Enregistrement appel 911 que petite victime n'a été fait, lui-même tout est déposé comme document devant le tribunal de la justice dans Nassau County. Bon côté par le législateur Carrier Solage continue de dire que lui-même n'est pas coupable. Il plaidé non guilty. Et avocat a demandé juge plus temps pour qui gens même capable de faire face à gros accusations si là. Juge là, M. Joy Watson, t'est renvoyé session pour le 5 septembre prochain. Nous continuons pour nous dire que le législateur Carrier Solage était fâché en pile parce que nous-mêmes dans Tele Image, les n'a fait travail, nous fait le bien. Nous tendez deux sons de cloche. Nous t'al bail Mme Vincent, interview pour l'expliquer, pour le parler, pour le dire qui Jean législateur a frappé, qui Jean législateur a abusé avec photo, vidéo à l'appui. Carrier Solage mauvais, il est monté sous page, il fait des grosses accusations contre Tele Image. L'État fait qu'on est, dans salle dit, dans salle écrit, que nous-mêmes dans Tele Image, n'a pas recevoir l'argent dans même parti républicain. Nous-mêmes dans Tele Image, malgré fausses accusations, malgré menaces, malgré intimidation, nous avons toujours continué à faire travail. Et nous avons rappelé, M. Carrier Solage, que nous-mêmes dans Tele Image, ensemble avec caméraman, nous sommes les premiers monde qui descendent dans l'office, dans le bureau, pour nous demander qui ça pour le dire dans le cas ça, pour nous offrir pour le bail version pâle. Il était refusé. Tele Image continue à faire travail sans parti pris. Nous avons des informations, nous avons rapporté aux nouvelles sans ouété, sans mété. Nous avons dit merci à tout le monde qui relève vos messages pour dire nous que supportez nous dans le travail que nous avons fait. Mais nous avons rappelé à M. Carrier Solage que la presse n'a pas de parti pris. Nous avons continué à faire travail nous professionnellement comme ça doit. Nous avons dit tout le monde reste branché pour interview exclusive ça que Mme Angéline Vincent débat Tele Image. Valérie Saint-Louis devant building Nassau County District Court dans Long Island pour Tele Image.
Today is Monday, July 3rd, 2017. I'm here sitting in this nice living room, this lovely home, and as you can see, a lot of family pictures on the walls. Well, I'm here with Miss Marie-Angéline Vincent, who has agreed to give an exclusive interview to Tele Image in regard to the alleged accusations that were brought against the legislator Carrier Solage. Now, you all remember we woke up and we heard the legislator was arrested and he was brought in the precinct and he was charged with third-degree assault and child endangerment. Now, the community was very shocked. I was shocked and very saddened also by the news. Now, first of all, I want to say thank you to you for inviting me into your home.
You're welcome.
And also agreeing to this exclusive interview that you're giving to Tele Image. Now, you look wonderful today, Marie.
Thank you.
How are you holding?
You know, by the grace of God, I'm hanging in there.
Okay. Now, those of you that are watching that probably heard her name, the first time they heard your name must have been through Tele Image. We had done, you know, a preview of I would say a little segment introducing recap of what had happened. Now, people suddenly had a name to match the name to the face, I should say.
Right.
Today they're going to get to know you. Who is really Marie-Angeline Vincent?
Well, Marie-Angeline Vincent, if I could describe myself, I would describe myself as a God-fearing woman who believes in family first.
Okay.
A mother of 3 and someone who fell in love with Carrier Solage, not the legislator, but the individual.
Beautiful.
I've always been active in the community. That's why I chose to go into the nonprofit field. And I also I spent my whole life doing social work. And that's because I believe in helping others. And I believe that's my life's mission.
Well, it's great to know. It's definitely rewarding, you know, to be doing social work. Now, we heard you said, you know, you fell in love with Carrier Solage, not the legislator.
Exactly.
Okay. Beautiful. Now, how did you two meet?
I was actually at work. I was working for this nonprofit organization, an anti-hunger nonprofit organization, and I was doing outreach. And he actually was there. I think he had a speech to give or something like that. And he noticed me, and he actually asked somebody that we knew in common to introduce us. So he introduced himself to me, and he was asking me, what is it that I do, whatnot, and I told him, and he said, okay. And he was on stage waiting to give his speech. But I had my work to do, so I was just like, I'm not going to sit here. I have to go outside. So I went outside, I was doing my work, and when he was done, he came outside. And he was like, okay, well, I'm leaving. I was like, okay, well, it was nice to meet you. He was like, how come you didn't stay for my speech? I said, because I'm here to do my job. And he was like, oh, okay. And he was like, so you don't do anything in Long Island? I said, no. And he was like,
your job located?
In the city. We were actually in Brooklyn, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I traveled throughout all 5 boroughs to do outreach in regards to the anti-hunger movement that we were working on. And he said to me, he was like, okay, so do you come to Queens anytime? And I said, well, actually, yes, I do. And he was like, oh, well, my family has a bakery in Queens. If you want, you know, here's my card. You could call me. I'll give you a tour. I thought that was like off. I said, okay, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. But okay, I understand. And I took the card and I looked at him. I said, wait a minute, you expect me to call your secretary? And he said, he just shook his head. And I was like, I don't speak to secretaries. If you want me to call you, like, you have to give me your number.
Okay.
So he gave me his number.
His cell phone number.
His cell phone number. And I was like, oh, okay, so we'll talk.
Okay.
And it was maybe like 3 weeks later, we actually talked, and it was actually the day before his birthday. And he told me, okay, you know, he wants to see me. So we went out on a date. May 3rd. May 30th, I'm sorry. May 30th.
Okay.
So the May 29th, we went out on our first date. And I told him the first date, actually it was while we were talking on the phone, I told him, I said, you know what? I am a mother of two, a single mother of two.
Okay.
I'm not here to play games.
Okay.
I don't have time for that. I work and I take care of my children. So if you know or you think that you're here to play games, let's just cut it short right now, because that's not what I'm about.
You were serious from the beginning.
Of course.
Okay.
And he was shocked because I said, here, look. And I showed him the picture of the kids, and he was shocked. He was like, I thought that was weird that, you showed me the, I said, yeah, because I want to be honest with you.
That's right.
So I need you to be honest with me. Are you seeing, this is during the date, are you seeing someone? No. Do you have a girlfriend? No. Are you married? No. Do you have any children? No. I said, do you have friends with benefits? No. Is there someone, I said, is there someone that can claim you out there? No.
Wow, that's an available man.
That's what I made sure I covered. And then he said, with my line of work, I don't have time to be with anybody. When I go out in public, there's certain people that they put with me, just for the press. But no, I don't have anybody.
Okay.
I said, okay.
So you felt very comfortable at that time,
right,
that he was a free man.
Exactly. And we were together for 2 years before he actually met my children.
Interesting.
Yes.
Wow. So you've kept them away from the children. You wanted to make sure, as a mom, that you wouldn't bring anybody.
Exactly. And
to
he's
your
the
home,
one
to
that
the
asked
children.
me. He's the one that asked me to finally meet the children. Like he kept asking me all the time, and I said, no, it's not time yet. But he's the one that kept asking. I never, pushed
it
it.
through him.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Now you guys dated. Obviously, you live together. This is your home.
Right.
You guys live together. But prior to living together, how long did it take for you guys to move together?
Well, actually, I had my own place, my own home with my children, and he used to come over very often. And at some point, he actually moved into my place for a little while.
Okay.
And
I understand, to be closer to this beauty.
Right. I became pregnant.
Okay.
And unfortunately, I had a miscarriage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, before Gabe, you mean?
Before Gabe,
your
yes.
son? Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And I don't know if it was a few months later, I became pregnant with Gabe.
Oh.
And at that point, we said, okay, you know what? We're going to leave where I was, and we're going to find a place together. And we actually found this house together.
Okay, okay.
So he moved out of his mother's house, and we moved into this place together.
Okay.
We found it together. Well, when we came to this house, we sat in the front in the car, and then I told him, I was like, you know what? I think this is our home.
Oh,
and we
wow.
prayed about it. Like I said, okay, let's pray about it. And we prayed about it, and everything went well, and we moved in to this home a few days after Gabe was born.
Oh, really?
And it's been our home ever since.
You guys prayed together. Were you guys spiritual partners? Did you go to church together?
I've always, that's just me. Like I said, I'm a woman of God.
Okay.
I pray every day, more than once a day. So I always told him that, let's not start our day off without prayer. Most of the time when he's upset, he doesn't want to pray, but I still pray. Okay. Or even when he's upset, he doesn't say anything, but I still pray. So that's what I do with the children as well.
Very nice. What religion are you, should I ask?
I could say that I'm Christian. I don't have a set denomination.
Oh, okay.
However, I was raised Catholic, and we actually, when we started going to church regularly, we go to a Catholic church, and we also started going to CCC in Brooklyn, which is a non-denominational church. Okay.
So you guys move here. You move here to this beautiful home.
Right.
I must compliment you on the decor and everything. I love
Thank
the house from outside to the inside. Great.
Thank you.
Now, you've moved here. How long you've lived in this house together?
3 years.
Oh, 3 years. Okay.
Yeah,
So
3
altogether,
years.
you've been together for how many years?
5 years.
5 years.
5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the son, your son, with Carrier is
Right.
3?
Yes, he's 3.
He's 3 years old.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Kaya, even before Gabe was born, you know, even with my other children, when my daughter graduated, he was actually there, you know, and they have like pictures together. So it was like a good family setting.
It's a beautiful family setting.
Right.
Was he welcoming, warm, welcoming to your
To
children?
the children. When he first met them, like they really liked them. You know, they really liked them.
Okay.
They really liked them. He was always, he has a jovial side to him.
Okay.
Right. He has a jovial side to him. He likes to play around, like goof around, and even in his suit.
And
like,
children love that.
right. So I remember once actually, both of us were going to his legislative office with Gabe for a meeting. It was a Flag Day event that we're putting together at the museum, at the Long Island Museum, and it was an hour before, so he said, okay, you know, let's take Gabe to the park. So he took Gabe to the park, and I actually have a video of him getting on the slide with his suit on, just sliding down with Gabe, you know? So he was like, that's one side of him that's like fun for kids. Like he's very friendly when it comes to kids.
He can be a kid that's at times with them too.
Oh, definitely.
And kids love that.
Definitely.
All right. Well, we're going to take a break now, Marie, because we have so much to talk about.
Right.
When we come back, I want you to tell me about the man that you fell in love with.
Right.
Not the legislator.
Right.
But Carrier Solage, the man himself.
Right.
Because we would like to know exactly about this man.
Yeah.
That is the legislator, but the man himself.
The man himself.
We'll be back.
Is this how you want me to?
He has no right to put you down,
You are a liar.
but he loves me. He puts down your friends, family, your job.
Shut your mouth.
Betty's asking where you are again. I better text him back. Otherwise he might get mad, right?
I wanted to surprise you.
Not sure he's safe? Talk to someone who can help.
Le parfum classique de Jean-Paul Gaultier.
Pour marquer d'une touche spéciale les moments qui n'arrivent qu'une seule fois dans votre vie, tels que votre mariage, la première communion de vos enfants, baptême, fiançailles, anniversaire, Sweet 16, vous avez certainement besoin de l'expertise des professionnels de Tele Image Production qui vous garantissent un service de première classe, avec une attention particulière et surtout un prix abordable. Tele Image Special Package pour seulement 2 999 $ pour les services de vidéographie, maître de cérémonie et DJ. Mes amis, Tele Image paraît avec un special package côté que tout le monde qui prend le marié est capable save sous prix vidéographie, maître de cérémonie, DJ, photo avec limousine pour seulement 2 999 $ ou est capable marier entrer l'église, fait belle réception mariage sans problème. Tele Image Special Package pour seulement 2 999 $ pour vidéographie, maître de cérémonie et DJ. Relais Tele Image depuis Kouniana pour plus d'informations pour nous bénéficier de special package ça dans 516 805 54 10 516 868 35 30. Tele Image Special Package.
Well, Marie, now I want you to tell me and tell the viewers that are watching right now, the man you fell in love with. Who is this man? Carrier Solage.
Right.
Who is he? Not the legislator. I want you to describe this man to me and to the viewers.
Okay. Well, Carrier is a person that I would describe as someone who has like a Jekyll and Hyde personality. I don't know if you ever heard that term before.
Okay, what does that mean for those that probably never heard of it?
Dr. Jekyll and Mr Hyde is someone who can be the sweetest, charming person you ever met. And within a second, they turn into like this mean, evil person. So it's someone, I'm not a psychologist, but we would say someone who has sort of like maybe like a bipolar type of personality. And the reason why I can say that, again, is based on interactions that I've seen that he's had with different people. For instance, when we went to Marshall's, and he wanted to find out where the underwear aisle was. So he walked up to a Spanish-speaking person, and he was like, you know, where's the underwear aisle? And I guess the person didn't really understand what he was saying. And he was like, I don't understand how the hell these people are going to sit there and hire somebody like that. The don't even speak English. And he started going off, and I was saying, Kaya, like, it's okay. Like, why would you even go off like that? Because just because a person doesn't speak English, that does not mean that the person's stupid or anything like that, or for you to be so annoyed. So it's just little things
especially
like that.
with us Haitians, you know, migrating here too. We're immigrants, you know what I'm saying? So we know about people not speaking English properly, or not speaking English at all. Okay.
Right, which is something that I don't know if it's based on his upbringing, that he always feels annoyed about that, you know, especially even with Haitians. You know, if he has Haitian clients that were to call him for his law, like in his law firm, he would say, you know, like, you know, I don't understand what you're saying. I don't understand what you're saying. Speak English. Like, he gets like really annoyed.
Doesn't he doesn't speak Creole well? Because I mean, I've heard him, you know, speak a little bit of Creole.
Right.
So would you say that he doesn't understand much of?
He understands Creole pretty
He
well.
does understand Creole?
He understands Creole pretty well. It's just, I think he gets annoyed for some reason, I guess, because I guess he felt that people should be speaking English. I don't know how that mentality works, so I can't really speak on that. But besides that, even the way he interacts with people that are close to him.
Okay.
So if you're not close to him, he'll always give you that charm. That, you know, that, oh, hey, how you doing? You know, hey, how you doing? You know, with that beautiful smile.
The smooth rider.
The smooth rider, of course. But once you're close to him, you'll get to see who he really is. You know, like, you know, there's a totally different side where he's calling people stupid, where he's referred to many women as bitches, including myself.
Oh, really?
You know, oh, yeah. And even to the point where even our son, while he was learning how to talk, Gabe would say, you know, like, fuck you, bitch, fuck you, bitch. He would repeat it all the time because those are the type of words that he would, you know, say to me when he's upset.
Wow.
And he
and your son will be present when he's actually...
all the children. Or even Divine. Once we were leaving to go out, and I guess for him, Divine took too long.
Divine, for those that are watching, is your daughter.
Is my daughter, right.
Okay.
And everybody was outside waiting for her to come down. And when she came out, excuse me, he said to her, he was like, you know, what took you so long, you stupid little bitch? And Divine said, who are you calling a bitch? And she felt so hurt, and she just started crying. So she started crying like, you know, you're an asshole, why are you calling me that? And mind you, at that time, Divine was only 11 years old. So that really hurt her a lot. And he was like, you know what? I don't feel comfortable in her in the house. Get her the F out of my house. So I was just like, wait a minute, this is our home. What do you mean get her out of your house? I'm like, first of all, you're an adult. You shouldn't be talking to a child like that. And he got mad at me because he felt that I was sticking up for Divine and I wasn't sticking up for him, and, you know, all kinds of different things. He's referred to the kids, like, if they're not doing well in school, he would say, oh, only niggers act like that. And
are you really serious about saying that word?
Yes.
That came out of the legislator's mouth?
Yeah. He said yes.
You know, this is something that's being recorded here, Marie. So everything you're saying, you are not lying about them.
I have no reason to lie.
Okay.
I have no reason to lie because, again, if this was, because I think people feel like there's a personal vendetta against him or whatnot, I would not have spent my own money to help him with fundraisers. I would not take days off out of my job to actually have fundraisers in my home or different places for him. I would not, and my children would not, walk door to door for him. Even the baby walk door to door for him.
So you were very active in all his campaigns? You were
definitely.
You were always active.
Definitely, from the get-go. When we met, he had just gotten elected and his sister was actually running. And I would leave the city and come all the way to Long Island to campaign for his sister in 2012.
Oh, so you helped the family.
And mind you,
as well.
This wasn't a paid job or whatnot. Even if he has family members that he put on payroll, I was never on no payroll because I did it because I wanted to help them.
Okay.
So, no, I'm not a gold digger. No, I'm not somebody who's trying to get him, you know, out of office. I'm just telling the truth as it is.
Okay.
Because if I was a gold digger, this house would not be a rented house. It would have been our own house. My car wouldn't be the same car that I had since I met him.
Okay.
So, again, I loved him, and I could say that I still do. It's not a joke to me. This is a family that we've created, that we've built together.
I see.
You understand what I'm saying?
I understand. Now, we are going to take another break, but I got to tell you, the person you're describing to me so far, it's not the person that I know,
right?
That I've met. I've met a very calm, well-spoken, goal-driven, you know, politician, I would say, that became somehow a friend to us too at Tele Image. So I'm very shocked to hear of these behaviors. So I'm going to take a break, and then we're going to come back to talk a little bit more about the Carrière Solage that we never knew.
Right.
Because that's how I can put it for now.
Okay, sure.
We'll be back.
Shut your mouth!
Hard to watch, isn't it?
You're sorry?
Does this make it easier?
How sorry are you again, huh?
How about this?
How stupid you are!
Maybe you should just look away.
How stupid are you? Tell me how stupid you are! I want to hear it.
Is that better? It's hard to watch, but if you or someone you know is in an abusive relationship, make the call.
La parfumerie de Barbara a exactement tout ce qu'il faut pour vous, mesdames, et vous aussi, messieurs, lorsqu'il s'agit de cadeaux et de senteurs exotiques de parfums en provenance de Paris et de la ville de Grasse. À la parfumerie de Barbara, vous trouverez des parfums de grand nom et de renommée internationale pour hommes, femmes et bébés. Oui, parfum pour bébé. Senti bon coûter cher, c'est vrai, mais avec la parfumerie de Barbara, senti bon au rabais. C'est comme ça, soit acheter un parfum, il aurait tiré $10 sous les vous, soit acheter 2 parfums même, il aurait tiré $25. Dans la parfumerie de Barbara, on a besoin de meilleurs produits de beauté, parfums qui sortent directement dans le pays, la France. Déodorant, Obao, Prétil, Bourgeois, Fa, Rexona, Bien-être, Fenjal, poudre bourgeois même à gogo dans la parfumerie de Barbara. Crème pour le corps, Mixa, Belle Dame, Mont-Savon, Bourgeois, gel de douche, de grand nom s'il vous plaît. Visitez la parfumerie de Barbara au 1935 Grand Avenue dans Baldwin, Long Island, ou bien appelez Barbara au 516-805-2318 ou log on to www.laparfumeriedebarbara.com. Choose, click and buy. We ship all over the world. Free shipping sous acheter pour plus passer $150. Rappelez-vous, la parfumerie de Barbara est aussi la maison des cadeaux. Pour marquer d'une touche spéciale les moments qui n'arrivent qu'une seule fois dans votre vie, tels que votre mariage, la première communion de vos enfants, baptême, fiançailles, anniversaire, Sweet 16, vous avez certainement besoin de l'expertise des professionnels de Tele Image Production qui vous garantissent un service de première classe, avec une attention particulière et surtout un prix abordable. Tele Image Special Package pour seulement $2,999 pour les services de vidéographie, maître de cérémonie et DJ. Mes amis, Tele Image paraît avec un special package côté que tout le monde qui prend le marié est capable save sous prix vidéographie, maître de cérémonie, DJ, photo avec limousine pour seulement $2,999 ou est capable marier entre l'église fait belle réception mariage sans problème. Tele Image special package pour seulement $2,999 pour vidéographie, maître de cérémonie et DJ. Relais Tele Image depuis Kouniana pour plus d'informations pour ne bénéficier de special package ça dans 516 805 54 10 516 868 35 30. Tele Image Special Package.
Well, we are getting to know Carrière Solage, the legislator Carrière Solage, through his fiancée, should I say ex-fiancée right now, Marie-Angéline Vincent. You know, this is a man that you knew, you lived with for the past 5 years. You have a child with. You created a family. So is it okay to say you know this man more than any one of us?
Definitely.
Know this man? Because like I said to you before, the career that I know and the career that you're describing here are two different people here.
Right. But that makes sense if you think about it. Because if you're in the public eye, the person that you show in public is not the person that you're going to show behind closed doors.
Okay.
You see, so as I said, you know, Kaya has a bad temper, a very bad temper. But the reason why this interview is so important is to make sure that people understand that this is not a conspiracy. I'm definitely not a Republican.
Okay.
I'm a Democrat. Like I said, I've helped with different campaigns. Even before the Solages, I've actually worked with a congresswoman in Florida. So this is not something new to me.
I see. Okay.
And as far as my background, you know, if you know anything about the Vincents, like I come from a family that has been in politics. My grandfather himself worked for the palace in Haiti on my mom's side. So, you know, this is nothing new.
Okay.
So, c'est pas comme si someone qui ébranlé comme si qui prend sur moun or whatnot. You know, for those who know me. But the point of this interview is to make sure that, you know, all these myths and conspiracy theories are put to rest.
Okay.
Because what happened really happened. First of all, I'm not the one who called the police.
Okay, we're going to get to that. We're going to get to that, Marie. But I that's very important. We're going to get to this point. Now, we want to understand
the personality.
The personality, and also, when did you start seeing changes in this man that you fell in love with?
Well, the changes were always there. But as I say, you know, love is blind. So a lot of times when you see certain things happening, you say, oh, okay, maybe he had a bad day. Maybe it's the pressure from work. Maybe, you know, he's just tired. So you always tend to make excuses. Although you
what were the signs? You said the signs were there.
The signs, for instance, once my daughter, again, he was drinking.
So he drinks too? Would you say?
No, he drinks.
He's a frequent
he
drinker?
Yeah, he drinks every day.
Every day?
Yeah.
Are you saying he drinks wine every day?
No,
he drinks soda every day? What does he drink every day?
He drinks beer or whatever he could find every day. You know, he has a stack. They're still there. A stack of alcohol, whatever he could find, he drinks.
Okay.
He drinks. He smokes.
He smokes what? Cigarettes?
No, he does not smoke cigarettes. He does smoke marijuana.
He smoked marijuana. He smoked weed.
Right.
Okay.
So.
And you're not lying about that right now, Marie?
No, I'm not. I have no reason to lie. I have no reason to lie whatsoever. Okay.
So this is a man that smoked weed, marijuana. This is a man that drinks.
Yeah, he drinks.
He drinks every day, like you said. Yeah. Okay. This is a man that get very, I would say, hyper activated in a sense.
He gets angry. He does have an anger issue. And it's sad because the people that are close to him, they know this about him. And I'm sure, you know, just like I was, a lot of them are afraid to speak up.
Okay. Why?
You know,
why do you think people are afraid to speak up?
Because Kaye is very intimidating. He is verbally abusive.
Okay.
He is manipulative. And, you know, like he said, he owns the police. He owns the courts. He knows everyone. The fact that he is a defense attorney, he knows exactly what to say or what to do to get out of a situation.
So I'm trying to understand. So he said he owns the police. He owns the court.
Right.
So, and he's a defense attorney. So you're thinking he has everything he needs to, I guess, to be controlling and manipulative, like you just said.
Of course.
So he's going to get away with things in a way.
Of course.
Because if you're in the police, you're in the courts, or whatever you do, you never be accountable for.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's his mentality, and that's what kept, I guess, me in check or in line, if you may.
Okay.
Okay, because that's
what
what I've
Do you have
heard.
him in video saying those things, Marie?
I do.
Okay.
I do have him, on video saying how he owns the courts. When it comes to the police, it's something that he said frequently.
Okay.
That I don't have on video.
Okay.
However,
what about the temper?
The temper. There's several. I do have videos of the incident that happened that night. There is another video where he got upset because we were actually going somewhere. We were actually going to an event, and the baby was in the back seat with me, and he got upset at me. I was talking to my mom on the phone, and he wanted me to get off the phone, and I was like, I'm speaking to my mom right now or whatnot, and he just started, cursing and yelling at me or whatnot, and I'm like, you know what? I could speak to my mom whenever I want to or whatnot. Like, you can't control something like that or whatnot. Like, I don't care if you're not speaking to your parents or something. He got upset and he started just like, he was driving and he just started bang, like hitting me like that. And then I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he started swerving the car and then banging on the windshield, not the windshield, the wheel of the car, swerving the car to the point where Gabe's car seat actually flipped over and Gabe was stuck and I couldn't even get Gabe out and Gabe's like screaming. Oh my God. And that's actually, the video that you have.
Yes.
So, there's different, there's different instances, a lot of incidences that happen. And I know a lot of people might say, so why did you stay? Why didn't
that's
you
a
just
good
leave?
question, Marie. Try to answer that for us.
Well, the thing
all
is,
this abuse.
When it comes to being like a battered woman, there's not one set answer as to why didn't you leave? Because first of all, this was a family that we created. Okay. I wasn't his side chick that he got pregnant, that, is trying to ruin him or he was giving a paycheck to. This was our home. And as you can see, it's still our home, our family setting. So that's one. You have to take into consideration the children, right? I understand that people might say, well, yeah, the children were not in a good environment, right?
Very abusive yelling,
environment,
cursing, biting you.
Right.
All these things are not good examples for the children as well.
Right. But they've never. Again, I kept it because, again, speaking up, I felt like it was going to be a waste of time. But that's why I documented everything. Okay. And the reason why I documented everything is because I'm like, okay, well, go to the police. Nothing's going to be done. It was just going to be, I felt like they're just going to make a mockery out of me. So you know what? If it gets to the point where he were to kill me, at least I have hints and clues around for my family and friends to know that, okay, this is what really happened.
So you were scared for your life? You thought maybe he would kill you one day?
When he's upset, he gets really scary. That I've never said it to him, but it was there. It was there. And actually, I have a close friend of mine who I actually sent a text to. I'm like, hey, you know what? If something ever happens to me, make sure they investigate Carrière Solage first. Really? Yeah.
So you were that scared, and in your mind, you knew all these abuse one day could result to death.
Right, because you never know with someone's temper. You never know how bad it could get. Am I saying that he's a killer? Definitely not. But it only takes, for instance, there was a guy who was fighting with another guy. He punched him once, fell on the concrete, and the guy died. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It wasn't intentional. It was
right.
just...
So things like that happen. But my purpose, again, in making this interview is to make sure that people understand who he really is. And a lot of people do know how he is. They know about his temper. He's done it to them.
So he's demonstrated in the public, you think, in front of friends and family members?
They know.
So they're being hypocritical by saying that, Carrière doesn't have a temper. He would never do that. Right. Right? That this woman is after him. Because right now, Marie, I got to tell you, you're being portrayed as a very jealous woman because he left you.
Right.
Because, you know, Valeria did a piece, and I believe that he spoke to Carrier, who said, yes, you can quote me, that I had left this woman since December.
Right.
I moved on. I have another girlfriend. You're aware of that girlfriend, are you?
Well, actually, that's his side chick that he had since maybe over a year ago.
Okay.
Because we got to get this straight. He did not leave me. He got caught cheating.
Oh, so he didn't leave you for this woman?
No. He got caught cheating for the third time with the same woman. Last year.
So you have a cheating pattern then?
He does have a cheating pattern. Last year, last summer, for his birthday, when I was about to take him out, there was a number, a 301 number, that just said hello. And I thought that was weird on his phone. I was like, okay, why is there a 301 number? Like the person didn't, there's no name and the person just says hi. So I said, who's this? But she knew her place as a side chick. She never answered. So I asked them.
So she was aware of you?
Of course.
Okay.
She knows. Because actually last year during that time, I packed everything and I was leaving. And he said, he took my keys. I had my brother come pick me up. He actually went to my mother's house, got on his knees and said, said, no, Marie, I want my family back. I want my family back. And I said, okay, you know what? If that's what you really want, then you're going to, you know, contact Jennifer Givens and tell her
Who's
to
that?
leave. That's the girl.
Just gave a name.
That's the girl.
Oh, so the side cheek, you're saying? The one that...
Her name is Jennifer Givens.
Oh, that is her name.
Right. So I said, you're going to contact this Jennifer Givens and you're going to tell her to leave our family alone. And he actually did. He called her. He said, listen, you know what? I don't want to have anything to do with you. Leave me alone.
And that's the same woman that's with him today?
The same woman. So then afterwards, I contacted her and I said, listen, you know about me, you know about our child, you know about our children, that, you know what, you need to just leave him alone.
Okay.
And she said, well, you know what, good luck with your certified psycho. That's how she referred to him.
What?
I said to her.
Certified psycho?
And I actually said
to her. That's a strong
That's what she referred to him.
sentence here.
And I responded to her. I said, it's funny how you wanted him to come to your house, but now you're referring to him as a certified psycho. If he was a certified psycho, why were you begging him to come to you? So I thought that was done.
Okay. Okay. So
but then
you confronted her.
Right. So
via phone, I should say.
Yeah,
via the
text.
phone. Okay.
Then after that, I thought, you know, like everything was back to, you know, our family or whatnot. And then in February 2nd, my son was sick with bronchitis. And I went to work late that day, and I asked Collier, you know, to stay home with the baby. And he said, okay, he would. Then I saw him texting. I was like, okay, something's weird, but let me go ahead and go to work. When, while I was on my way to work, I said, he told me, oh, I'm going to drop Gabe at the daycare. I'm like, but he has bronchitis. He has to be on his meds. Why would you drop him off at the daycare?
Right.
And he said, oh, because I
That's
have a meeting.
I have a meeting. For the other children.
Right. But it was cold outside. I'm like, why would you take him? Oh, well, I have a meeting. I'm like, but Gabe should be your priority. So I thought that was weird. Later on that day, I went and I saw on his phone that he was actually bringing this girl soup. He was bringing her soup.
Was she sick or?
I think she had a fever or something.
Okay.
So I was like, wow, that's alarming that you would actually take your own child who has bronchitis,
out in the cold.
Out in the cold, bring him to daycare so you could go take care of the side chick who supposedly disappeared from our lives. And as I found out more and I confronted him, he did what we call like want savi colère.
Okay, what does that mean?
Want savi colère. So what he did was, you know, like, oh, he was upset, like I did something wrong. Oh, you know what, I don't want to talk about this, and he would leave. Spend 2 days out, come back, act like he's upset, so nobody would speak to him.
So that pattern started, you would say, of him sleeping out. What I want to understand, Marie, okay, you caught him cheating. You know, it gets very bad for the legislator. I mean, the picture that we're getting right now is very, it's not a pleasant one. You know, it's very alarming, I should say, because this is not the person we accustomed to. Like I said, we know.
Right.
Now you're saying this is a man that drinks alcohol every day. He smokes weed, marijuana. He bites you. He cheats on you. You know, he curses at you. You know, this picture that you're giving us here is making us think like, okay, so Marie, all these facts were in front of you. You know, why didn't you really? I know you said you tried to leave at a time. Right. Did you try to defend yourself at a point of time? We're going to take another break, but I want to hear from you. You know, as an abused woman, you know, because everything that you described to me is an abused woman. You were abused, okay, physically, mentally, emotionally. Did you, at any point of time, become physical yourself? Did you try to defend yourself verbally? Did you know, what did you do?
Are you fucking nuts? Are you fucking nuts? I swear to God. Stop! That's the piss me off, man. I can't get my move. I can get up my taxes. What kind of fucking bullshit is that? What kind of fucking...
Are you serious? Stop it! You're driving!
What kind of bullshit?
You're gonna make us get into an accident!
What kind of bullshit is that? Man, I got fucking taking care of a freeloading bitch! The fucking...
How am I a freeloading bitch when I'm paying you for it?
Here we go, Barbara. Unfortunately, we have to end this part of the interview.
Yeah.
We have to interrupt the interview. It's a long interview of 2 hours about, and this is the first part of the interview. We've learned so many things. Oh my gosh, I was watching the interview myself again, and I was like, my God, that could have been, it should have, I'm sure it is very hard for this lady, and for Mr. Soulage as well.
Yeah.
Now,
it wasn't very easy for her to have the interview as well, Valeria, because, you know, when you sit down and you're talking about your life, you're talking about someone you love, you're talking about the abuse that you went through, you know, and the children watching that, you know, for years and years and years.
She was very emotional.
And knowing that people are going to just say, oh, you're lying. You know, and she said that. She said people are going to say, oh, she just want to bring him down. You know, it wasn't the case. I think it was, you know, I noticed it was very hard for her.
We can tell.
It was hard for me, too, to have that kind of interview. And like I said, because as a woman, I felt her pain also. And I was shocked because Carrier was considered our friend as well. You know, and here is someone that was a friend that we supported all these years that I never knew was like that.
That side of him.
I never knew that side of him.
Unfortunately, we have to go. The show is ending and the interview will continue on the next edition of Tele Image. Stay put for that. Nous voulons dire tout le monde qui t'a regardé dans le moment là que interview ça, li pas gagné de méchant la donne, n'a bay tous les deux versions yo. Nous-mêmes, moi-même personnellement, je suis version car il Soulage que je t'ai dit dans le téléphone pour me dire pour lui. Il a noté parler avec Madame Vincent, lui-même, il t'a dit il voulait version pâle que nous commençons à faire là. N'a pas averti tout le monde qui a regardé que M. Carré Soulage, si nous voulons, il prend l'élection bientôt, si nous voulons voter pour lui, c'est bien, allez, allez voter pour lui. Mais songez que nous avons voté pour un menteur. Un monde qui campé, qui va menti sous moi-même, à Madame moi, sous Tele Image, une institution qui défend la communauté, qui campe la communauté. N'a pas averti tout le monde qui a regardé que M. Carré Soulage, je dis, pour nous-mêmes, sont menteurs liés, et si nous voulons encore une fois réélu un menteur dans la position de législateur, ça c'est business pas nous. Mais faites attention, le monde réagit sous émotion, et le monde dit bagaille qui passe ça, parce que c'est le moment ça, qui est le moment vérité, nous comptons vrai monde dans les ça. M. Soulage, Carrier Soulage, you are a liar again, unfortunately. Nous apprenons ça très tard. Nous avons campé là, puisque nous avons l'autre commentaire pour nous faire, simplement, rendez-vous dans la prochaine édition Tele Image pour suite interview. Merci en pile, Barbara, pour le courage que vous avez pour conduire l'interview. Ça n'est pas facile. Merci à tous les téléspectateurs qui étaient fidèles à Tele Image, qui toujours croient dans sa Tele Image, parce que nous même nous camper sérieux dans le métier que nous avons fait. Merci pour confiance ça. Et puis, nous avons dit merci à Madame Angéline Vincent, qui lui-même pas traité et bouche bée. Même genre pile femme qui prend coup, qui prend pile abus dans mes garçons haïtiens. En femme, ça retourne, nous avons dit tiens bien là, bon courage. Et nous-mêmes, messieurs, garçons haïtiens qui battent femmes, chez mon
faut pas ça suspendre tout Valérie.
Nous pas garçons, non, fait ça.
Faut pas ça suspendre.
Certainement.
Nous pas penser que la communauté a supposé continuer l'affaire de battre femmes là.
Avec temps qu'a évolué mes amis, messieurs, comment affaire battre femmes, pas à la mode encore.
Ou pas capable bon monde, quitter monde non Valérie, c'est tout. Chaque monde fait chemin et puis C'est pour le mieux.
Parce que une dynamique quand même dans la communauté haïtienne qui commence à priver. On a regardé un film qui est sorti là récemment.
Ouais, effectivement. Ouais, ça sont l'autre story tout, Valérie, de domestic violence tout.
Domestic violence, ce monde a été abusé, il parlait, il mettait l'histoire en cinéma. Carrier Soulage avec Madame Vincent lui-même. Voilà, il y a un interview, donc nous avons un exemple devant nous pour ne pas faire ça, messieurs, dames. Il faut finir, Barbara.
Ouais.
Merci tout le monde, tous les téléspectateurs qui sont branchés dans le rappeler. Tout simplement, il faut supporter Tele Image. Merci pour supporter. Qui vient pour supporter Tele Image, c'est certainement supporter
la parfumerie de Barbara. Nous connaissons là, nous connaissons comment pour nous faire déjà. Et nous attendons pour nous faire, pour nous continuer à faire le travail que nous avons fait pour nous, qui c'est informer nous, former nous et même divertir nous.
C'est ça. Bonsoir tout le monde. L'émission, ça n'a pas de facile pour nous faire aujourd'hui. Nous avons remarqué qu'il y a pile d'émotion là-dedans, émotion des deux côtés et malheureusement émotion tout envers un monde que nous supportons pendant combien d'années et qui sont menteurs. Monsieur Carré Solage. Bonsoir tout le monde. Bonsoir Barbara.
Bonsoir Valérie.
911, operator 901. Where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushrooms.
You know you've called 911. This is an emergency line.
How long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
It's just a time to say, you know, I really love you.
Bienvenue à ce magazine télévisé d'aujourd'hui. Je suis Valérie, c'est lui.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tele Image. Good evening to you, Valerio.
Good evening to you, Barbara, and good evening to all the viewers, those of you watching all over the world on the internet. Welcome to this new edition of Tele Image. Today, Barbara, this show is very special.
Yes, indeed, Valerio. This is the interview that a lot of the viewers have been waiting for.
Indeed.
It is a very important interview because it deals primarily with domestic violence,
Domestic
Valerio.
violence is the topic, yes.
It is the topic. It is a serious topic. And we have been saying, stay tuned.